On the street corner in Memphis, Tennessee, where police officers brutally beat Tyre Nichols as he pleaded to go home and cried out for his mother, the videotape scene is as shocking as it is tragically familiar to so many Americans.
I could be Miss Nichols. I could be Tyre's mother one day. And I just held my son yesterday after I saw the video. I just held him.
Newly released police surveillance and body cameras captured officers punching, kicking, and striking Nichols with a baton, ultimately to death. The 5 fired officers now charged with his murder belong to a specialized patrol known as the Scorpion Unit, concentrating on crime hotspots throughout the city.
The Scorpion Unit has been deactivated permanently.
This weekend, the police department announced the unit would be shut down for good. A statement reads, while the heinous actions of a few casts a cloud of dishonor on the title Scorpion, it is imperative that we take proactive steps in the healing process of all those impacted. But civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who's representing Nichols' family, says the footage reveals a culture of violence.
It's this culture that says it doesn't matter whether the police officers are black, Hispanic, or white, that it is somehow allowed for you to trample on the constitutional rights of certain citizens from certain ethnicities and certain communities.
Demonstrators marching through Memphis called for an examination of similar patrols across the nation.
This is supposed to be a system that protects us, that provides safety for us, but instead it's killing us. I want to make it to 35. I want to make it past 30. I wish Tyre could have made it past 30.
I'm trying so hard not to cry, but it hits hard because I have a 29-year-old, and to hear a 29-year-old call for his mama.
We're gonna get some real justice for Memphis. Come on now.
We want to make sure all of those are disbanded so that citizens can actually be safe.
Former police chief and Democratic Representative Val Demings says with no major efforts in Congress to reform policing, the buck now stops with local law enforcement.
There's not much of an appetite, we know, in Washington, D.C. now to come up with the national standards that I believe are so desperately needed. I also question what state legislatures are willing to do. But this falls back now on police executives, our chiefs, our sheriffs, to come up with much-needed reforms.
But the top Republican on the House Judiciary Committee believes legislation alone wouldn't have changed what happened to Tyre Nichols.
Well, I don't know that there's any law that can stop that evil.
Caryn Ceolin, City News.